Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about online dating and the dangers it poses to men. This came up for two very specific reasons. I had a gentleman who called me, it was about a week and a half ago, and he said, I have been on a number of dates, and I went out on one date, and this woman's making me pay for that date. And it was a horrible, and it wasn't even a good date, but this woman has been telling her friends about me, and it's now created a big problem for me because there was another girl, her friend, that I really would like to see, but this woman literally told her some nasty lies about me because I did not want to see her again, and he wanted to know how he should handle it. And I found it a bit bizarre, a bit amusing, but normal, because I've been in that situation before. Coming from a small island, everybody knows everybody else, right? And you find that if you date one woman and you didn't like her, you would end up going out with another woman that knows that woman. And I can tell you, it could get sticky, to say the least. This is not any internet involved, right? But now we have online dating, and we have situations where the high value men who are on these dating sites are going to collide with the same woman, because we tend to have very limited amount of men in the same city that are on the sites that every single woman wants. Because remember, guys, the majority of women do not want the majority of men. They only want the top men. So it's inevitable that a lot of these women are going to be dating the same guy. And of course, that creates a problem for a lot of these women, because when shit gets competitive, women get nasty. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this site that has been set up on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And this has grown. And this has grown over the last year. I think I heard about it about 8 months ago, because guys were saying, "Oh, you should do a video on this site." I never got around to it, but Manosphere Highlights Daily has just done a whole series on it, and I have been captivated by what's going on, because the problem now is that these women have actually started slandering men that they do not qualify for on this site. So what I have done, I've decided to do a few clips from Manosphere Highlights Daily, put in my 2 cents on the problem that we're facing and how you guys can avoid these issues, and also highlight the fact that you guys who are in the higher echelon, the higher value men, you're going to face this problem, and you better know how to handle these problems. But more importantly, gentlemen, do not make these women tarnish your reputation. Your reputation is everything that you have. You spend a lifetime building it. You make sure that you protect that shit with your life, because it can harm you in the long run. And that's the outline of this video today. But you guys got to listen to this story, because it's pretty incredible. All right. So before we get into it, guys, please give me a thumbs up on my video. I always ask you guys to subscribe if you haven't already. If you ever want to talk to me directly, get me over on askanolderman.com and book a session, half an hour or 1 hour. If you have a quick question, get me over on Instagram. All right, so let's go over to Manosphere Highlights Daily. I'm going to play a few clips from every single episode. If you want to know the full-on story and enjoy his videos, I'll leave links to the videos here so that you guys can go enjoy the full thing over there. Let's take it up from where the news has gotten hold of this story, and you can get a sort of a good outline of what's going on. So let's get into it.
The First Amendment protects you from any laws meant to limit your free speech, but it doesn't prevent someone from taking you to court because they don't like what you said about them online. Now, a group of women say they're being bullied into silence by a guy who didn't like what they had to say about his online dating behavior.
It's very bizarre. The accusations, they're baseless.
I feel not just for myself, but for my co-defendants and for the other women that he's gone after.
Olivia Berger and Vanessa Valdez are just two of multiple women being sued for defamation, libel, sex-based discrimination, and other allegations by Stuart Lucas Murray.
He's basically suing us for $2.6 million in damages.
It all started with this post on the Facebook group, "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" When Olivia and Vanessa saw the post and all the comments, they added their own experiences.
He seemed, in my opinion, pretty smug and very arrogant. The entire date, he was putting me down for various things, my job included.
Vanessa never went on a date with Murray because she says she didn't like the messages he sent her.
Did you just hear that? She never went on a date with Murray. That immediately tells you, gentlemen, this site isn't designed for women who are dating the same guy. This site is for women who got rejected by the same guy. There's a significant difference. Listen up, gentlemen. So this man's reputation is being destroyed by a woman who haven't even seen the freaking guy in real life. Think about that shit. And now she's complaining because the guy came back at her with this? Ooh, gentlemen, this guy is a hero. This guy should be commended because he's protecting his reputation. Don't blame him one bit. He haven't even gone on a date with her. Oh, man. Let's continue.
A date with Murray because she says she didn't like the messages he sent her. At one point, even calling her a moron.
Everything I said was just my experience with him and my opinions on how I think, he should not be on dating sites.
Starting with Section 230, remind us what it is and how that protects social media companies.
It gives them the protection to not be held liable, to not face a lawsuit for things that are posted on the website. In its basic shell, that's what it is. And so with this class action suit, yes, all he sees is dollar signs. If you're an attorney, you're like, you got Facebook and you got millions of people that are on this group, you potentially got millions of clients. I mean, in America, they say 1.8 million are in this group. In London, almost 100,000. And so you got folks all around the world that could be potential clients. So I see him seeing dollar signs, but there are limitations. You're not suing these individuals. You're going to want to try to go after the big fish, and that's Meta. But if you can't get to them because of Section 230, there's really not a big payout in here. The only way you can get to Meta is by showing that not only did they host this information, but they allowed them to do it and they furthered that action. And I think that would be hard to prove.
Lewis believes this case will make it to court.
Because a judge at this early stage can't believe one side or the other, that's a jury question. So this case will likely go to trial if it doesn't settle.
And without representation and not a lot of expendable income to fight a lawsuit, the women worry this could bankrupt them.
At the end of the day, these kinds of suits don't just affect me and Vanessa and our co-defendants. And I feel that a lot of times women are still being silenced.
If any support would be appreciated. We are hoping.
There's the money grab. There's the money grab. We need money. We need money. We're strong and independent, but we need money.
For pro bono work, in our experience and looking for representation, it doesn't seem likely, but any funds can help us get through this. We definitely appreciate it.
The invite-only group, Are We Dating the Same Guy, started with seemingly pure intentions.
Hey, I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years. He's acting weird. Is anyone dating him?
On its webpage, the founder says she operates red flag awareness groups around the world with the goal to keep women safe from, quote, dangerous or toxic men. Each page is location-based. The one here in Charlotte has 34,000 members, some of whom didn't want to talk on camera out of fear they'd get kicked out of the group.
They have no idea that they're even being posted on there, because the first rule of Are We Dating the Same Guy they stole from Fight Club is you can't talk about it.
The goal, creators say, is to protect women, not judge men.
I honestly think the page should be shut down. It's dangerous for both men and women, the poster and the person being posted.
But Jackson says the sites aren't functioning as intended. The posts, many anonymous, she says aren't vetted with significant repercussions.
There's people that have had their houses broken into, tires slashed, and this goes for the women in the group too. If they post something or they comment and it gets back to the man that's actually posted, which it does, then the women are in danger as well.
When you've reached out to Meta or Facebook, what kind of responses have you gotten, if any?
None. None at all.
We contacted Murray for comment, but he declined an on-camera interview. Instead, he directed us to this website with a long statement that says in part, "This action is not a game, and the accusations against the defendants are serious. I rejected each of them and cut them off. quite swiftly. Instead of going their separate ways, they went on for months and years to spread misinformation about me and countless others. Their actions were deliberate, and they are now playing the victims, unquote. His full statement will be up on our website.
Of course, we've taken the time to review Murray's full statement, and there's an interesting point that the news overlooks. Murray stated, and I quote, "I would like to preface that I support a safe space for women to protect themselves against being stalked, harassed, or harmed, and not the other way around. These women exploited the concept of a safe space to gossip, defame, and cyberbully anyone at whim. Not only is this illegal, it is overwhelmingly selfish, and on their part, to put their needs and amusement over the privacy and rights of others." End quote. We agree with this aspect of his statement because there is a clear line that should never be crossed. It's a sentiment we have repeatedly reiterated on this platform. We do not harbor hostility toward women. We do not hate women. Our message is not about promoting hate, but rather about protecting ourselves at all times, which is what this men's space is for. Unfortunately, there are individuals who abuse platforms and turn them into ways to do harm. It's a sad reality that there are bad actors in every community, capable of tainting the experience for everyone involved.
You see, there is nothing worse than a woman scorned when she gets rejected. Gentlemen, we all know this. Ladies, you know it as well. And the second thing is, you all are incredibly vindictive when you are competing against other women for a good man. You will play the victim. You will tarnish the man's name while simultaneously still dating him so that other women will think he's a bad catch. So they will leave him alone. I've seen this many times. Women talk bad about a man and she's still seeing him. Oh, she told me that he was the XYZ, that he was... Yeah, but I saw her with him sneaking into his house and going out on a date with him last week. What are you talking about? Yes, you ladies know it. This is what happens in the world of dating. It's highly competitive. This guy, I love what he's done. He's fighting back for his reputation. And he has every right. Because a man in today's day and age, all he has to do is slip one little bit and society destroys him until he proves himself innocent. A man is convicted guilty first, and then he has to prove that he's innocent. But during the guilty phase, he's destroyed. This man is protecting himself. Let's proceed.
It is worth noting that Murray is not the only one taking legal action against members of this Facebook group. Check this out.
Mark Trent represents a Chicago man who claims Meta, Facebook, Are We Dating the Same Guy, and dozens of group members defamed and attacked his client's moral character by publishing false accusations about him on the site. In one instance, a group member shared a news article of another man who was charged with sexually assaulting a woman he met on a dating app. The plaintiff, Nico, apparently isn't the only one experiencing personal and false accusations that hurt more than just the ego.
Women are posting pictures of men and basically defaming them, making nasty comments, malicious comments. We've had men call us, say that they've been put on administrative leave, that they lost their job, that they didn't get promoted, that women will call them up and disengage from them from dating because they had one of their friends check them out on these groups.
One of the defendants is from South Carolina, but Trent believes some of the accounts operate under fake names. He also believes Meta is to blame and anticipates it's only a matter of time until he has a class action lawsuit.
Nico's image was always at the top of the page that was being monetized by Facebook through Facebook ads and otherwise. Well, how did that happen? It would only happen if Facebook was involved with the programming behind the group, not the group itself.
This is terrible. The allegations that the men are making is saying that it's not just hurting their feelings, but it's hurting their careers, it's hurting their lifestyle, it's hurting their life. And so I could see a problematic situation unfolding. But if he can't point to a smoking gun that shows that Facebook not just encouraged it, not just allowed it, but actually contributed to it, this is getting dismissed.
As the legal battle unfolds, it raises important questions about freedom of speech, privacy, and the role of online communities in modern society. Only time will tell.
Gentlemen, these are trying times. These are trying times for the dating industry. And as more and more men leave the dating market, go overseas, become passport bros, the competition for the few eligible men, the top 20% of men, where the 80% of women want, it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. And these women are getting vicious. And the idea that that man turns her down in a world where we're telling women that they are the bee's knees, they are amazing, they deserve everything, to have a man say, no, you're not worthy, that is what's killing a lot of women. And they're going to get vicious with you. And if they can find an outlet where they can go and spew venom to try to get back at this man, lo and behold, man, it'll get nasty. Let's go on to the next episode, because this is a very complex case. Manosphere Highlights Daily really broke it down nicely. I really love this guy's work, man. You guys got to go over there and support him. Now, this is the last episode he's done, and it refers to a police investigator who's going to tell you how you should handle these things and how she sees this market going. How to protect yourself, gentlemen, is important as well. I like how she described it. This came from another show.
You know, and sometimes I feel like men need to be protected from women too.
Right.
You know, honestly.
Right.
Especially with the line of work we do.
And you've seen both sides.
Both sides.
We're following the lawsuit of Dr. Lucas Murray, who's suing multiple women for defamation due to negative comments made in a Facebook dating group called Are We Dating the Same Guy? This video is from the King Law channel and highlights an interview with a private investigator, Jen Morales, who provides insight into the legal aspect and credibility of the group.
My question is, if there's an allegation that is made by someone that is not true, or let's say it is true, and then a criminal investigation gets opened up, what are some of these charges that might come into play if you're the man being posted or the woman being or commenting?
So I guess, you know, the woman commenting, making an allegation, depending on what the allegation is, I don't really see any law enforcement running with an allegation from social media without it actually being self-reported directly to law enforcement, unless it's something so egregious that they have to, like maybe some, you know, children are involved or, you know, trafficking's involved, human trafficking. But I don't see just like a basic allegation being investigated by police.
Okay.
But if they make a false allegation or start bashing some guy that they dated without any verifiable facts, and they're just assassinating their character, I think that the male part of that has really good ground to stand on for some sort of defamation, you know, or let's say the girl...
Yeah, ladies, you have to be very aware that you do not overstep your emotional bounds. Just because you're butthurt that a guy, a high-value guy, rejected you, doesn't mean that you should go online and bash him. This has become a norm in our society. Western society, every woman can go on and say, oh, I don't need a man. Men are useless. Men are this, men are... And no one bats an eyelid. If a man says it, do anything like that, you're just misogynist. You're a woman hater. You're a misogynist. Everybody rips the man apart. That's what I have a problem with. But let's continue.
The girl posts every single day about him. Probably harassment charges, you know, especially if somehow, you know, he were able to get word to her, I saw what you posted, please don't post anything again. If the male was able to tell the, you know, whoever's posting about him, like, knock it off, those are her aggravated harassment charges.
Right.
You see, when it comes to defamation, men do have a case, regardless of the concept of free speech. It is crucial to understand the seriousness of this issue. Let me share with you a quote from Robert Greene, and I quote, "Do not leave your reputation to chance or gossip. It is your life's artwork. and you must craft it, hone it, and display it with the care of an artist. End quote. Guys, your reputation is of extreme importance because it can determine the course of your life. False accusations can completely destroy the lives of innocent men. That's reason enough to sue these women. This lawsuit is essential study material for men, and I hope it gets international attention, just like the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case. Let's continue.
We've talked about that before. You know, at this stage of the game in my life, I've learned to just be so aware of being so judgmental, because you're right, 30 people could get on there and start bashing somebody, but all 30 people might not know the guy.
Right.
But then if you're the girl that's about to go on a date with him, you're going to probably think twice.
Right.
Because there's all these horrible things being said about the guy, but I know better now at my age and everything I've experienced in the police department as a private investigator in life itself. I better judge someone for myself.
In other words, she knows other women. That's basically what she's supposed to say. But of course, she's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. That's exactly what she should have said. She should have said, hey, I know women. I know a woman will tear a man apart if he refuses her, turns her down, says anything negative about her, because you can't say anything negative about a woman. You're a bad person if you say anything negative against a woman. Bad enough that, she should go online and tell millions of people that you are not a good man. She hasn't met you yet. Remember that. Or she's been on one date. The date didn't go well. Didn't go to her standards. There was a statement the man mentioned. I think I'm going to play it. I'll play it back because I don't think it was covered in this video. Why he refused the woman. I'll play it. I'll play it now.
The only thing I did to Olivia Berger was reject her. This is why her story is missing any substantiating circumstance of wrongdoing to her. When I met Berger, I felt her pictures concealed certain attributes and lacked the overall perspective from her total in-person appearance. Let me be clear that this meeting should not be categorized as a date. I do not want to be referred to as someone who went on a date with Berger.
In a statement to us, Murray says he has never met, much less dated, some of the women posting about him. He went on to accuse the women of catfishing him, saying they posted highly filtered and enhanced photos on their dating profiles, concluding perhaps these women are not successful at dating for obvious reasons.
These are your over 30s who have hit the wall, who now think that they deserve a high-value man. The filters that they put on their photos, the photoshopping, these are all the things that men are being deceived from. And then when a man sees them in real life and rejects them, they're butthurt. That's what's happening. They're butthurt. Are you supposed to accept me for who I am?
Janice, read with a male voice, please.
Will do, sir.
Dr. Lucas Murray's statement from 22nd March 2024. Background. After matching with and giving my number to Kelly Gibbons, aka Kel Kolb Gibb, aka KCG, I became suspicious of the cagey nature of her heavily filtered images and lost interest. Thing I did to Gibbons was block her. Instead of moving on, she went online and vindictively posted my picture in a Facebook group that she felt was a safe space to call out guys that have been disrespectful. For about a year, she constantly bumped her own post about me to incite more reactions while also creating many posts gossiping about other people.
You know how many women actually block men, ghost men on a daily basis? Tons. Do men go on websites and talk about how horrible they are? You know what? She blocked me, man. She blocked me. I'm going to go on Facebook and I'm going to write about her blocking me. No, we move on with our lives. But that's not how women operate. That's the hurtful part about this whole experience right now. Gentlemen, this is a serious lesson that you're learning right now about dating in today's modern society. Let's hear what else he has to say.
According to Murray's statement, the saga began when he matched with Kelly Gibson on a dating app, only to lose interest due to suspicions about her profile pictures. Remember this?
Never in my life have I been stood up, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled that a human being would plan something with somebody
and just not show up. So I need for a man to explain to me why this happens. I'll wait.
This is an answer why a man with options would ghost a woman. Not that I condone it, but it happens. Just like how women ghost, block, and reject men at a much higher rate. What also happens is that the salty ghosted woman will go to this Facebook group and tell every woman in there that this man is an a-hole with pictures and everything. Hell had no fury like a woman scorned. Let's continue.
For years at least, if not more than 238 Facebook accounts, mostly anonymous and/or fake, commented on Gibbons' post about me. Out of these accounts, I have thus far only named 10 individuals in my lawsuit who have stepped over the line and broken the law. It is likely I will add a few more. These allegations include libel, false light, invasion of privacy, sexual discrimination, etc. Out of the 10 defendants, I briefly met one for less than 15 minutes and do not recall meeting any others.
One of the defendants makes an intriguing point. Check this out.
He somehow found those comments that we did make. Again, they were factual and they were based in our true experiences. He found those comments and decided to come forth with this lawsuit with his claims of defamation.
He somehow found the comments we made, she says. So the implication here is that Murray may have uncovered comments made by the defendants even if they did not expect him to find them, even if they were truthful. What's particularly noteworthy is the fact that Murray filed the lawsuit and has legal representation. Normally, a lawyer reviews the case on its merits before filing a lawsuit. This raises questions about the legitimacy of Murray's claims and the likelihood of success in court.
But yeah, I felt silenced. I felt like I was being intimidated into silence.
And that could be a problem, according to defamation attorney Jeff Lewis.
In First Amendment world, we call that a chilling effect, meaning when people fear they're going to be sued, they either stop talking or they change what they're going to say because they're worried they're going to be sued.
Lewis says anyone can sue another person for what they say about them online, but that doesn't mean they'll win.
You know, the best way to avoid being sued for saying things on the internet is to say things that are true or that are opinion. And if you step outside of truth or opinion, there's a good chance you might get sued if it's something negative.
Lewis believes this case will make it to court.
Because...
Yeah, gentlemen, I'm going to end it there because I want you guys to go over to Manosphere Highlights Daily and watch the rest of this whole saga playing out. If you, my friends, have ever been in this situation or you end up on one of these websites, because there's no men allowed on these sites, a lot of men can't see this information, but more than likely you have a sister, female friend, a cousin, or someone in work that could log in and check to see if you're on that website based on the city that you're in. So if you find that you're getting sort of ghosted, your dating pool starts to drop, you might be on one of those websites, man. So you better check it out. And not website, it's a Facebook page. Yeah? So anyway, guys, listen, just protect yourself. Like Manosphere says, protect yourselves at all times. Okay? Point is that we need to also operate as a group, as a unit, as men, because that's what the women are doing. And if they're playing as a group and winning, because men seem to be at a disadvantage in today's day and age, if we don't push back, we will constantly become victims to women's scorn. And it's not a game that you're going to win very well. A lot of very good men are being brought down right now by female emotion. Guilty until proven innocent. That's the way it is. And it should never be that way. But we live in a gynocentric society. It's time to push back on the insanity, gentlemen, because it's not getting any better. All right? So, guys, listen, on your way out, please give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and book a session with me if you'd like any mentoring or if you have a problem that I can help you solve. All right? So until next time, remember, gentlemen, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.